Hey folks, Dr. Drew Sinatra here, and I'm joined by Dr. Briana Sinatra.
Hi.
And as many of you know, we're really big into environmental medicine because we know that the environment can really influence our health, the different things that we're exposed to. And if you've been following the news lately, you may have read that there's some lawsuits against Johnson & Johnson baby powder, 14,000 and climbing to be exact. What's been happening is in that baby powder contains talc, and the talc has been contaminated with asbestos. And the FDA did some sampling back in October, and this is when this came to a head and we figured this out. And there's now been over $5 billion awarded to those who are affected. So this is a big deal. And we wanted to share this with you and to give you some alternatives to using baby powder.
Yeah, so this really makes us think twice about all of the things that we use on a daily basis that we're applying to our skin, because our skin is an absorptive organ, that we are applying to our mucous membranes, and that we are just using in our general environment. So things especially that are aerosoled into the air, such as hairspray, baby powder, spray sunscreens, candles that have scents and that are made with paraffin wax. There's so many different things that we need to be mindful of. Regarding baby powder, I think baby powder can be super helpful, especially for that tender skin on a baby's bum when they're covered with a diaper multiple times a day. So an alternative that we wanted to share with you is a homemade baby powder that you can make on your own that contains like a base of arrowroot powder, and then you can also blend up really finely demulcent soothing herbs such as slippery elm and marshmallow, and then flowers that are really healing and soothing for the skin such as calendula and chamomile. And you can even add in a little bit of a antimicrobial herb that's also really good for the skin, something like hydrastis. And so you can make that on your own. Even with that, with it being herbs, we don't want to absorb that into our lungs. So we don't want to get it into the air. So if you are going to use something like that, make sure you're using it below your child's waist, and don't just shake it so that it gets into the air. You don't want to breathe that in. You don't want your child to breathe it in, but you can just put a little bit on your hand and then gently pat it onto your child so that it's not in the air to be exposed and breathed into your lungs.
And this is what we used on our two boys.
Yeah.
As when they were babies.
We did. It works
So
really
it works.
well.
We can share that with you. Well, we hope you learned a lot listening to this, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.